XHGC Canal 5, al servicio de la comunidad.
Selene Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón.
Hey everyone, it's Wildman, and in today's installment, I did want to take a little bit of a dive into the mystery behind Canal 5, and the truly disturbing things that have gone on behind the scenes of this broadcasting network. Because Canal 5 is a public broadcasting network with some seriously disturbing secrets.
Manuel Rosas Andrade, de 24 años, se extravió el 1 de enero del año 1996 en Tehuacán, Puebla.
Now, I know a lot of channels like Hannah the Horrible and Scare Theater have done excellent videos on this matter, but I really did want to do a deep dive into this matter myself because there is quite frankly a lot to unpack, and this whole thing being centered around one person, that person being Selene Delgado.
Selene Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón.
Now, as to who Selene Delgado is, she appeared on the station's Missing Persons segment, and the question being, is Selene Delgado even real? Now, taking things a bit of a step back, in Mexico there is this public broadcasting network called Canal 5, the direct translation being Channel 5, the channel being a Mexican free-to-air television network owned by Televisa Univision. Channel 5 originating in Mexico City in 1952. So on Canal 5, they'll air all sorts of things. They'll air shows like SpongeBob, Peppa Pig, and the Olympics when it's in season. The channel was essentially the go-to place to watch cartoons and pretty much anything you would want to watch, as it was a free broadcasting station that any TV could tap into. Canal 5 is mainly aimed towards children and younger audiences. However, when it got late, it would include things like movies and reality shows for an older audience. And now what is very interesting about Canal 5 is that it would kind of follow this schedule that would determine what kinds of programs they would air throughout the day. Now, I couldn't find the specifics of the air times. However, it was somewhere along the lines of during the day they would play cartoons and other TV programs aimed towards children, and toward the end of the day, passing around 5 o'clock, they would air more general TV programming such as sports and reality TV shows, like novelas like Teresa, great show. Now, diving into the actual mystery behind Canal 5, there are two things that I did want to cover. The first being the disappearance of Selene Delgado, and the mystery behind these disturbing social media posts that began to surface on the official Canal 5 Twitter account. But quick disclaimer, as the stuff that we're going to be covering going forward does contain stuff like missing people and disturbing imagery, so viewer discretion is advised. So like I mentioned earlier, there is this extremely bizarre connection between Canal 5 and the disappearance of a person named Selene Delgado. Now, some of you might be familiar with the face that appears in this video because a lot of videos have come out stemming from this original face. More notably, the Mr. Incredible meme, where things get progressively more disturbing. However, that image was never in the original broadcast. That picture was a police sketch of a murderer by the name of Derek Todd Lee. But the images do look kind of similar, so we'll come back to those similarities as we progress. So way back in the 1990s and around the early 2000s, Canal 5 started doing something on their broadcasting network. They started doing something called Servicio a la Comunidad.
XHGC Canal 5, al servicio de la comunidad.
The broadcast was a community service announcement listing the names and faces of those who had gone missing as of recent. And the purpose of this being to try and raise awareness of these missing people, and hopefully somebody watching will recognize the person and come to the police with further information that could lead to the discovery of these people. Now, the purpose of this broadcast at first seemed very helpful and truly seemed to be aired with the best intent. However, there was a catch. Because you see, Servicio a la Comunidad would air during the kids' TV programming section of the day, which meant if you were a kid watching cartoons around the 90s or early 2000s, this extremely disturbing broadcast would just come out of nowhere. So I really can't imagine being a kid and then just randomly having this very creepy broadcast interrupt my cartoons. But what makes this entire broadcast even more disturbing is the fact that there happens to be a few theories as to who Selena Delgado actually is. Because when this broadcast first aired, this image of Selena Delgado really took a toll on its viewers. Something about the way that she was drawn or the face that she was making really creeped people out. There was just something off about this picture, which I do find kind of strange that this was the image that really freaked people out, because going further into the community service announcement, there were a ton of unsettling images of missing people, like this one depicting a person named Manuel Rosas.
Manuel Rosas Andrade, de 24 años, se extravió el 1 de enero del año 1996.
But the attention and reported childhood trauma typically would stem from this image of Selena Delgado, which makes this next claim even crazier, because some people began to speculate whether or not Selena Delgado was even real or not. A lot of speculation began that the features on Selena were extremely generic, and thus were under the impression that Selena Delgado could be an AI-generated photo. But unfortunately, there wasn't any evidence to back this claim up. Fast forward to September of 2020, and this Facebook profile began to garner a lot of attention, the Facebook profile name being Selena Delgado.
Selena Delgado López, de 18 años, se extravió el 22 de abril en la delegación Álvaro Obregón.
And it was then where a hoax began to spread on Facebook that Selena Delgado was on everyone's friends list. Because if you went to the profile, you could see all of their activity, as well as being able to message Selena Delgado, which is a feature that's only available if you're friends with someone on Facebook. So seeing that message bar on the profile page meant that Selena was your friend. But the hoax was eventually debunked that suggested that this was all kind of an elaborate marketing campaign. Canal 5 hiring people to start this viral hoax. But that didn't distract from the fact that Selena Delgado was still your friend on Facebook. What was really happening is that they kind of just adjusted the settings on the Facebook profile so that it looked like you were friends with Selena Delgado, replacing the add friend bar with message to make it look like they were your friend. But even after this whole internet hoax thing, the question still remained: does Selena Delgado even exist? On September 21st, 2021, a video by an anonymous YouTube account posted a video claiming photographic evidence that Selena Delgado never existed.
Artificiales. Los rostros son construidos artificialmente y simulan ser caras humanas, para generar emociones deseando generar estímulos supernormales.
And the video itself is honestly even more disturbing, if not more so than the original broadcast, so I will be having to be sparing with the footage, that I can show you guys. And translating some of what the video is saying, it states the following: Selena Delgado is a pattern of artificial faces. The faces are made artificially to stimulate human faces, to generate emotions, hoping to generate supernatural stimuli. A supernatural stimulus is the preference during the communication via signals that exaggerate the norms. I'm not entirely sure what the exact meaning of that is, but it is likely trying to convey something relating to the uncanny valley and the discomfort caused by Selena's image. And in one of those photos, the channel compares the famous photo of Selena Delgado with a portrait of the murderer of Derek Todd Lee, arguing that Selena Delgado's picture is a manipulation of Lee's picture. However, if this picture was computer generated, it would mean that Canal 5 was purposefully airing this photo with the intent of scaring children, because there are also other photos in the broadcast that make it seem like that actually is the case, like this picture of Manuel Rosas.
Manuel Rosas Andrade, de 24 años, se extravió el 1 de enero del año 1996.
And with the addition of the Facebook hoax, there always seems to be some sketchy stuff going down at Canal 5. All of these strategies being very weird marketing tactics. That is, if they are true. But there is something that makes me believe all of these claims. Using a missing person as a marketing hoax and creating a fake missing person to scare children is the state of the Canal 5's official Twitter account, because during 2020, the same year as the Facebook hoax, Canal 5 would start posting some very disturbing videos on their Twitter account. Specifically during the hours of 3 a.m., they would start posting some very bizarre videos. But by morning, all of these videos would just be deleted. They would be gone forever. Now, I'm not going to be diving into every single one of these videos that they deleted, as it would probably get this video restricted. However, the thing to note is the fact that none of these videos are original. All they're doing is simply reposting some very disturbing videos that they found somewhere else on Twitter. But the main thing to focus on is the fact that the official Twitter account for Canal 5 was posting these, which confirms that the channel isn't afraid of extremely strange marketing tactics, because at the end of the day, they were only really posting these as a way to garner attention, which makes me heavily believe that they were behind the creation of the Facebook hoax. However, after all of this deep diving, there's still one thing that just seems to bother me. Was Selena Delgado even real? I know that there's this video that claims the image is just a distorted version of this police sketch, but I feel like there's an off chance, a very small chance, that this in fact was a real human being, because Servicio a la Comunidad did have real missing persons in their broadcast. Was this truly just a computer-generated image, or was it a real human being? A sick way to scare children, or a person crying for help? I guess we'll never truly know. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this one. If you guys know when this original broadcast aired, please let me know. Or if you have, any information about this broadcast, I would love to know. But yeah, just comment how this whole thing makes you feel, because it honestly freaks me out a lot just watching the original broadcast. I can't imagine watching that live. But yeah, please do not forget to subscribe, as it'd be great to have you, as well as liking the video and commenting bruh. As you know, all of that would help us get boosted into the YouTube algorithm. Also consider joining the Patreon if you want early access to videos and want to contribute to the channel and have your name at the end. And I think that about does it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please stay safe. Let people know where you are. That is very important. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love you.
Charlie and I were in the park.
Because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there. And they should never put the deep fryer so close.